I'm gonna apologize right now for the shadows. The lighting in my bedroom is not the greatest. All right, so this year I have 8 new goals. Some of these are stuff that I've started in previous years and I'm carrying into the new year. The way I look at resolutions isn't to be just one thing and one and done and to achieve it exactly as I thought I would. I'm very fluid with how I like to write my goals. So goal number 1 is confidence. I am really not that confident in every area of my life. I just kind of realized like I wanted to be more confident because there's really no benefit for me being insecure. It doesn't benefit myself, it doesn't benefit my friends, my family, other people that I influence. Like, I just feel like me being insecure on certain things is just a waste of my time. It's a waste of my life. You should go through life feeling confident. You should go through life feeling excited for the most part about what you're doing. So one of the areas that I very candidly do not feel very confident in is my beauty. I don't feel pretty without makeup, or I haven't felt pretty without makeup in a very long time. I know I'm being a hypocrite because I'm wearing makeup in this video. I'll explain that a little bit more later. So I stopped wearing makeup around like mid-December. I had some time off. So I was doing like a staycation at my house. I wasn't really going anywhere. I was just catching up on myself, having that alone time, and there was just no need for me to be wearing makeup. So I stopped wearing makeup. And then I just was like, all right, I guess I'm going to Christmas or Christmas Eve and my family's gonna be there. I was like, well, maybe I'll just continue not wearing makeup. Maybe I just won't even put it on. So that was like the next step for me. So it was like first being alone at home without makeup, and then next step being kind of around my family without makeup. And then once the holidays were over, January began, and I kind of at that point had been without makeup for like without wearing it for like 2 weeks or 3 maybe. And I was just really comfortable in that, and I was like, I'm just gonna not wear it at work. So I stopped wearing it at work and I just went into work, and I haven't really worn it to work. It's now almost February, and so it's been like all of January where I've been not wearing makeup. I did go to Ulta tonight because I miss makeup and I love makeup, and there's nothing wrong with liking makeup. So I want to say that needs to be very clear. And there's a lot that went into why I decided to stop wearing makeup. More than just confidence, my skin. I wanted to see if my skin would change at all if I stopped wearing especially foundation makeup. So now that I've kind of given it that time, I still like makeup, so there's really nothing wrong with it, but I feel like just over this last month and a half not wearing makeup, I am more comfortable. I wouldn't say I'm all the way confident, but I'm definitely comfortable going out without makeup. I'm comfortable going in front of people without makeup, and I'm comfortable filming videos without makeup. Like, I'm still pretty. Like, I'm coming to that conclusion. I'm not all the way there yet, but I'm coming to that conclusion where it's like, just because I don't have makeup on or whatever, I have to accept that I have some amount of beauty. I have some amount of beauty. That's that, because there are other people that I've seen on YouTube that I'm like, I think they're so pretty, and I can tell they're not wearing makeup. I can see them when they are wearing makeup. They look the same to me. I think they're pretty every single time. And so I'm like, well, if I think they're pretty, maybe I'm pretty too, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm all right without it. And so to sum up, that's how I've been working on goal number 1, which is to build more confidence in my own physical beauty. So I'm just speaking right now to being more confident in my own skin, that being a really big goal for me for 2020. And I still enjoy makeup. There's nothing wrong with makeup. It's just I noticed the way I felt without it was that I didn't feel pretty. And so I like to lean into that. If I'm feeling a fear, if I'm feeling uncomfortable, I like to notice when I'm doing that, and I like to lean into that. So if I'm uncomfortable without makeup, guess who's not wearing makeup anymore? Like, it's like parent-kid privileges. It's like, guess who just got grounded from makeup? I did. Like, so I stopped wearing makeup. Maybe check in with yourself, like, hey, do I feel confident and pretty without makeup? Like, oh, maybe I don't. Even if it's just a little bit of like, maybe so, do it. Like, take a week off, try to lower what you're wearing, maybe strip it down a little bit, and develop that. You should feel confident anytime. And so that's goal number 1. For goal number 2, I want to continue clean eating. 2019 is when I started to add more fresh vegetables, more fresh fruit, smoothies, lemon water, things like that into my diet. That's when I really started to see how important it was. I'm not a poster child for clean eating by any means. It's still a goal. I, for the most part, like to just begin somewhere. Like start somewhere. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like tomorrow I'm only eating vegetables and fruit and water. Like that's not at all how I go about goals. That's why I don't really believe in resolutions. I think that my goal is to just do more clean eating. And what does that mean to me? That means adding in more fruit and vegetables to my diet. But I think that that's like how I'm forming a better habit, is by adding in. I like to approach clean eating with the idea of I get to do this today. I get to wake up and have a tasty smoothie. I get to do that. So I'm adding it in. I don't want it to be like I'm taking away waffles and instead I got to drink this nasty green smoothie. Maybe this weekend I'll eat waffles and stuff, but hey, like today I'm going to choose to have a green smoothie, choose to put the very first thing in my mouth for the day is going to be something healthy and wholesome and good for me. And that's positivity. That's my goal number 2. So my third goal is minimalism and zero waste. Just being conscious of every little thing you buy, the packaging it comes in, whether it's food, products, clothing, whatever, makeup, all of that is form of trash. Like even Amazon shipments, that's packaging, that's boxes, those things go into the dump. It's just paying attention to how much we really waste. So some of the things I began to change, and I'm going to continue into this year, is bringing my own like cup to work, having a mug at work, a water bottle, like a reusable water bottle, avoiding plastic as much as possible. You can even bring like a Yeti tumbler to like Starbucks or any coffee place and they'll put it in there for you. At my company, they have plastic forks and plastic spoons and plastic knives that you use once and you throw it away. Bring some silverware to work. I don't think people realize that they can actually really make a difference with that. It helps. It helps if everybody does that. It helps. Being conscious. Saying no to grocery bags is an old one, but actually committing to it is a different thing. I'm just really saying no, being mindful, bringing a bag, leaving a bag in your car. Bring that with you everywhere you go. And this I kind of combined with minimalism. And minimalism, I feel like, goes tandem with zero waste. Minimalism is the idea that you keep just the essentials, just the things you love. Like you don't need to go shopping every minute. When you stop feeling like, oh my God, I gotta get every piece of home decor, I gotta do that, I gotta go, like stop going places. Stop going to TJ Maxx, stop going to Target. Like it's so hard, but stop. My mindset has changed from like wanting a bunch of stuff at a low cost and like, oh, if I could get this, I can decorate a whole room with all of this. I've just learned that buying more expensive, higher quality items that I'm gonna use for more than a few years, that is it. That's where you take away the instant gratification of like, oh, this is good and it's cheap, so it's fine, and I'll just chuck it later if it doesn't work. When you force yourself to say, is this something that I actually really want, that I actually could see in my house for more than a year or two or whatever, and maybe it costs a little bit more to have, but it's gonna be something I love, that is so much more rewarding. I got rid of all of my purses. I have 2 Michael Kors bags. They're black. They go with everything. That's it. All my other purses, gone. Just got rid of them. I just feel fresher in my space. I could use a bit more decor in certain areas and maybe like more lighting. I could definitely use things. It's not about not getting things you need, by the way. But it's just about looking at how you shop differently. Quitting the habit of going shopping as a hobby. You can find better ways to get that need that won't damage the planet, that's not gonna clutter your home, because I just felt cluttered a lot of the time. So anyway, I'm gonna move on. So goal number 4 is going digital. So I feel like that's building from zero waste, minimalism, to now goal number 4, which is going digital. I wanna remain digital and continue going digital. I was living with my mom in 2018 at her house with my mom and dad. I had old diaries she wanted me to sort through. I had old files in a file book. I had just things like that I completely digitized. The diaries, obviously, like I just kept what I could. I got rid of the ones I couldn't keep, and I recorded me reading a lot of them, to be honest, because I was like, I can't hold this in my apartment. My new apartment's not gonna have that much storage. So, you know, if I can videotape some of these entries that I really like, I can watch them later and I can watch myself read them and be like, oh, that's cute. But I don't have to bulk around like 20 freaking bins of diaries that I had. I created a Google Drive. So I scanned in my files into my Google Drive. And in that Google Drive is now where I house all my files. All of my photos are in my Google Photos, and I've just completely shifted out of having any paper in the house, just loose bills, all of that. I went in and I asked for them to do digital mail. I mean, sometimes obviously I get in ads and stuff in my mail, but I have opted in for paperless everywhere I possibly can, and I just have that all sorted out in my Gmail. It's just been so nice. Like, having everything be digital is so nice. And I am still tempted when I'm at the store to buy a new journal because I love that kind of stuff, but I just don't need the clutter. I'm gonna start writing in something, and then I'm gonna put it away and wanna get another one, and I'm gonna have a stack this big of journals that like I've gone halfway through, and it's just a waste. The other thing I like to use for being digital is Trello, Trello.com. That stores all my, kind of like all my tasks, to-do lists, my dream board, vision board, different things like that, my goals for 2020, how I execute on a tactical level. So I will go through what Trello is, I think, in another video, because I definitely love using that. I highly recommend going digital. I think that it's just nice. All right, where did I leave off? Okay. My next goal for 2020 is working out. I want to get in the best physical fitness that I have been in my whole life. Right now I'm on the lean side. I wouldn't describe myself as overweight, but I do feel like I want to not only just be not overweight, I personally would like to have a strong body, a body that gets me around very easily, a body that I can take into the rest of my life as I age and I become older. And I want to be able to do things with my body, like, I don't know, like really advanced yoga poses or flips, different things like that. I don't know why. I just want to become more athletic in that way while I'm still on the young side. So I want to become more athletic. It's taken me some time. Over like 2019 is when I really figured out the things I actually like. I always thought like working out had to be like boring or whatever. Just, it was a task. It was an unfun thing. And I've sort of changed my relationship with how I view working out. I have found things that I enjoy that work for me. And those things are walking, doing like a long 45-minute to an hour walk. I really enjoy that. And again, this is right now. This could change for me, but I like that right now. And I like yoga a lot. I like a hot yoga. And I also sometimes like a good HIIT workout. So instead of forcing myself to do all HIIT workouts or running all the time, I have just basically found the things that I really enjoy, and I do them when I feel up to it. If I will hit a couple weeks where I'm doing yoga all the time, and then I'll hit a couple weeks where I'm just walking all the time, and that's my exercise for the day. So just aiming to get some amount of exercise every day does not have to be paying for classes. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. It can be whatever you want it. And that is what I try to do. It's like I'm trying to perpetually follow and pursue the things I like. Skateboarding could even be one, like rollerblading. Like, these are things that like you just might not even think about that like you would actually enjoy, and it is a workout. So I think that's been my mentality for 2020, is to change how I view working out, to become consistent about working out, and then eventually create the dream body I've always wanted. The next one is meaningful relationships, building meaningful relationships and continuing to build meaningful relationships, both with myself, my friends, and my family. Probably around 24, 25, 26 is when the gears started changing for me. I was becoming older, and now I'm about 28, almost 29. And I find that relationships have become very, very important to me, and my relationship with myself. And really, this is over 2019 is where I feel like I've done a lot of progress. I was always somebody who held on to relationships for way too long. Like, I would just keep people in my life because they had always been in my life, and it just wasn't serving me. And so I've kind of figured out a goal for myself, or a threshold of what I like as a relationship and what I feel a good relationship is. I do the effort. I've done some of the effort and some of the legwork on how I show up to that, and making sure I show up in the best way possible. And that's something that I'm not perfect at. That's something that's ever changing. That's something I'm constantly getting better and better about. I leave certain friend groups and I feel great. Like, I feel fulfilled. My love tank is full, if you will. I feel really good. I have more energy, and just happy. And then there were some friends where I would leave and I'm like, I just feel weird. I feel like I'm in a bad place. I feel blue for a couple days. Like, that might sound dramatic, but it's actually very true. Like, I felt that way. Once you start evaluating like what you want, like what your ideal is like to have good relationships, you find those people that make you feel that way, that you kind of realize like, that should basically be all the relationships I have. Like, they should all be good. And that's what I've decided for myself, is that I want more meaningful, deeper, more connected relationships, happier, overall fulfilling relationships with people. And again, a part of that is showing up as that. And then the other part is just anything that falls short of that, like, bye. Like, I have had to learn that. And again, with like, you know, anything else, for me, it takes practice, and I actually had to do that. So there was a few connections where I just decided, I was like, I'm done. Like, and it's not that I'm done in a way of like, I'm mad at you and we're over. It doesn't even have to be bad for you to be done with the relationship. If it's just not even serving you all the way and you just don't feel like it has the aptitude to do that, those are ones you could practice letting go of, and that's good practice. And when you practice letting, and this can do with romantic relationships too. There are some people that just you keep around and they don't really do it for you. They come and they go in your life, and when you kind of realize like, I don't, you know, whatever it is you want, but for me, when you realize you don't want inconsistent relationships, and you just say, that's enough of a reason to not invest in this relationship anymore, dude, it's empowering. It's empowering. I basically shut the door on a lot of those kinds of relationships. And when I did, you feel afraid to do it. You feel afraid to cut off certain friendships and things, because there's part of you that's like kind of holding on because you fear maybe you'll be like alone or something, or oh my God, like there's some part of that relationship that feels something in you, not in a good way, but like a lower level, low vibrational part of you that likes maybe the male attention, or maybe you like feeling like you have a lot of girlfriends, you know, but really once you kind of cut that, you're just like, I honestly have more time now to invest that like in other friendships. Like, other better friendships will come up in their place, and you think they won't, or I've always felt that way. It's hard for me to make friends. I think I'm very introverted, and it can feel very hard for me to make friends and to connect. I have a hard time sometimes connecting with people. I'm working on that. But I feel like you'd be surprised, like leap and something will show up. It's kind of like faith. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you let go of some of these things, not only do you have more energy now to invest that energy into better people who actually care more about you, but other better relationships will come up to you, and you'll pay attention, you'll see them. They will take the place of those and be better, and you'll be better, and you'll continue to kind of evolve from there. So that's my goal for 2020, is to have meaningful relationships, but also with myself. And that is included in there too, and is definitely not a smaller part of that. I think in order to have a good relationship with other people, you have to have a really good relationship with yourself. And I'm just now understanding what those words even mean. Like, as of this year, like, I am not a pro at this, but I'm realizing me cutting out negative energy in my life is self-love. That's me building a relationship with myself. When you see yourself as your best friend, the shit you will not tolerate, imagine your best friend. If there's certain shit that she tells you she's going through, your energy is like, no, screw that person, bye to that person, we're going this way. When you look at yourself as your own best friend, you become protective of your time, selective of your time, and you treat yourself with a higher respect. That's what self-love is. And I guess like, I don't know why self-love has been kind of like a difficult construct for me, but that's to me what self-love is taking yourself out on a dinner date by yourself, going somewhere new by yourself, making memories by yourself, and journaling, getting to know yourself. Being honest with yourself is what I learned this year. That fucks you up. That blows your mind. Like, when you stop bullshitting yourself, man, you got nowhere to hide at that point. Like, and it's great. Like, I feel like these are things like people are afraid to do. Me being one of them. But like, once you start, you're kind of like, dude, what was I so afraid of? Like, yo, I fucking am fucked up. Like, I'm messed up. I am messed up. And I feel like, you know, to wrap up, you know, the relationship with myself, I have evaluated my self-relationship and I have expected myself my whole life to be perfect, or like to meet some level of perfection, whatever that is. I don't think I'm perfect, but I've always felt like I had to be good enough, or something had to be right, that I couldn't mess up, that I couldn't do or say the wrong thing. And now I'm learning, like, for me, my relationship, where I am right now with my relationship, is that I get off the bench and I'm out in the game. Like, I'm in the game, and I think that's such a better way to live for me. And I've really just worked on that with myself. I've noticed that. I've been honest with myself by noticing that was a problem I had, and getting out there and just being like, okay, fuck, that went up royally. I royally messed that up. Oh well, like, there's some relationships that maybe you will have, like if you're new to dating, if you're new to friendships, or whatever it is you might feel not great at, that's okay. Like, get out there and you can blow a few of them up. I'm not saying on purpose or out of maliciousness, but a lot of times people go into dating, they're like trying to be the perfect, like say the coolest thing, look the most beautiful, and you just be surprised. Like, when you have that relationship with yourself and you're honest with yourself, you just show up as your honest self, and you just, like, that's it. Like, okay, cool, I got desperate and needy, my bad, like I scared that guy off, whoopsie. Like, but you evolve. Like, again, I'm not saying like it's an excuse. Like, if you're a toxic person, that's not what I'm saying. Like, stay that way. I'm not saying be fucked up, but I'm saying for people who have always felt like they're not good enough or feel like they have to be perfect, you don't. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. As long as you're not going out there aiming to hurt people's feelings. There are just gonna be dates that you're gonna flub. There's gonna be relationships where you mess up. Constantly see, like, how can I get better now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I scared that guy off. Okay, what can I do different next time? Maybe next time I won't be so desperate or clingy. And I'm being very I'm off the cuff with some of these examples, but you get what I am saying. Don't be afraid to get in the game. It's okay, man. Like, none of it matters. Like, nothing matters. It really does. Like, again, I'm not saying hurt people. If you're not hurting anybody and you're not hurting yourself, really nothing else matters. Like, okay, you just get back on the horse and you keep riding, dude. So one of the last ones I want to talk about is being a tourist in my own city. I really want to get out more, and I want to go to a lot of different restaurants. I don't know why I wasn't like this before. I guess I was one of those people that, like, when I find, and I'm still this way, when I find something I really like that's what I go to all the time. And like, and I eat the same thing at the same place all the time until I die. But now I'm like, no, like, it's so fun to go in and go new places, because those are new memories and your life feels more expansive that way. So I'm just trying to go on more hikes, go to different restaurants. Like, I'm gonna explore such and such. I'm gonna go do this, whether it's by myself or with a friend or with a group of friends. Get out there. Like, that's basically, like, get out there, Sam. Like, that's what I want to do, is like just be more of a tourist in my city. Started that last year, but I want to continue that into this year. There's a lot more I have left to explore. This is me editing, and I just want to say that I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing 2020. I thought I filmed an outro. I'm sorry. This shit's hard. This shit's really fucking hard, man. Like, anyway, I digress, but I just wanted to say an outro. I want to say I hope that any of that was helpful for at least one person. And yes, I did get new glasses. Thank you for noticing. Sorry for laughing at my own jokes. And then laughing harder again after I said that. But I just wanted to say I love you guys, and Happy New Year, and good luck in all of your endeavors. Reach out in the comments below if you want to chat. I have 9 subscribers. I love chatting. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you guys next week. This video is very much about my goals and what I've been doing and what I plan to do, but next week I will be putting up a video basically about how to help you attain your goals. All right, love you guys. See you next time.